Atlantic City, the Vegas of the East, is a resort town with a rich history and electric current. Known for its beaches, hotels, casino, and nightlife, they say that Atlantic City is always turned on. So what's the deal tonight? Well, we're honoring those from the game of football who have had a steady hand. From Harrah's Atlantic City, it's the 74th annual Maxwell Football Awards Gala, featuring legendary Penn State head coach Joe Paterno, the winningest coach in the college ranks. Michael Vick, the Eagle quarterback whose arm led him down the comeback trail. Patrick Peterson, the former LSU All-American with a hard-hitting style that's sure to be a hit at the next level. Eagles head coach Andy Reid, the longest tenured coach in the pros. And Cam Newton, a college sensation and top pick in this year's draft, who is ready for NFL stardom. Plus many more, all here. Join us as we celebrate the year that was in football at the Maxwell Football Club Awards.
It really is a spectacular setting. Harrah's Resort and Casino in Atlantic City playing host again to the Maxwell Football Club. For the 74th time, America's first fraternity of football getting together to honor football on all levels. The pros, the NFL, college, and all the way down to high school, which is really the grassroots of the club.
All I wanted entering my senior season was for my team to become conference champions and a chance to compete in the district one playoffs. What I got out of it was far more than I could have ever hoped for.
It's about football excellence, obviously, but we like to think it's about good citizenship, academic achievement, people that are real student athletes, people that really represent the best that this game has to offer, on the field and off. That's always what the Maxwell Club has stood for. Those are the kind of people we like to honor. And I think this year we have a really exceptional group. I think every one of them fits that criteria.
And Maxwell is so great in what they do, especially not only with the pro guys and the college guys, but I'm really proud of Maxwell and my association with them because of what they do with the high school kids and the scholarship that are out and the recognition just for great athletes, but great student athletes, great young men that get out and get involved in the community, like Bill Kim.
And now Maxwell has a national reputation, and there's a reason why there's going to be 100% participation here at this event. There's a reason why Cam Newton's going to fly in, and Andy Reid's here, Michael Vick. I mean, it's a big deal. And so, again, and the message is very clear that we need to make sure at all levels of football we're doing the right things and we're promoting it and we're giving young men opportunities. And it all starts really with people like Ron Jaworski and the Maxwell Club.
Ron Jaworski's an energy giver, man. He supplies all of us with enough energy that we can turn the lights on here. So he's a phenomenal person.
Peter, you know Peter King? Yeah, I think so. All right.
Under the dynamic leadership of Maxwell President Ron Jaworski, the Maxwell Football Club is also back in the national spotlight. After the morning press conference for the national media, the stars of the Maxwell Football Club had a little downtime before the big gala dinner. And in the cozy confines of the Harrah's Steakhouse, we gathered a small but elite group for some inside football talk.
But I do have a question for you guys. What is some of the advice that you can give me as a player coming out of college and going into the NFL?
Well, the first thing I noticed, I watched you last night interact with some of the younger people, some of the high school kids that were here, and he worked the room in a very positive way, and that's a good start. You know, to show that personality, you're willing to give back and help these younger players. Now, when you go to the NFL, I always give these, it is a hard-working business. And I always tell the guys that are, when I work the draft and go to all these different workouts, say, your world goes upside down. It's no longer those 20-hour weeks that you had it easy with the coaches over there. It is now your life. You commit yourself to it because it is fiercely competitive.
Patrick, I'll tell you this. Of all the guys who I've seen come into the NFL in the last, say, 10 years, going to the combine every year and seeing how polished guys are, sometimes being so polished is not necessarily a good thing.
Right.
Because what happens is if you're not yourself, if you're not your real self, you're going to get to training camp, and let's say you go to the Eagles, Andy Reid is going to look over at his coaches and say, who the heck is this guy? That's not the guy who we saw for 2 months when we were thinking about whether we were going to draft him or not. My only advice is whoever you are, be that person.
Yeah. Along those lines, one thing I've always said about Michael Vick is that when you're around him, you like being around him. He's a good person. You like it. And I've known a lot of great players that after you're around them for about 10 minutes, you want to get out of there. But I think it's stay who you are, and just being around you a little bit. I see that in you, and be a guy that the people want to be around and enjoy being around. And I bet that's going to happen.
All right, Patrick. Now I got a question for you.
You know this could go on all night, but it can't, because the gala is about to begin. And we kick it off with the biggest football party in town. From the loft at Harrah's Atrium Pool and Spa, where our own Janine Lashir is among the VIPs.
Thanks, Lou. Wow, what an exciting day we've had so far. From our well-attended press conference to our informative roundtable. And Atlantic City has an adage, too. It's always turned on. And you can see that from behind me. The best cocktail party in the city is just getting underway. Here from the 74th edition of the Maxwell Football Club Awards.
You know, Joe Paterno is here tonight. Casey Keeler is one of those guys who looks up to Joe Paterno. Michael Vick is here. I'm sure Cam Newton looks up to him. Hugh Green is here tonight. Patrick Peterson, I'm sure over the years, has loved the way Hugh Green played defense. And it's the same thing for me. There was a guy named Will McDonough who made it possible for ugly guys like me to be on TV.
In the big picture, I'm not sure if people are going to remember exactly how many wins you had, but I think they'll remember what kind of person you were and what kind of things you stressed.
It's that way of thinking that prompted the entire Paterno family to lend their name for the first time to an award, honoring excellence in the college coaching profession. And the first recipient of the Joseph D. Paterno Award is cut from the same cloth as the man they call Joe Pa. 1, 2, 3, Beamer ball relies on truly special team performance and old-fashioned Joe Paterno-style toughs when things get rough. Beamer's Virginia Tech team picked themselves up to win 11 consecutive games and capture yet another ACC championship, going back to the Orange Bowl for the third time in 4 seasons.